this is the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. See how large it is? Right? If it were written by government today, it'd be that high off the floor, wouldn't it? And nobody would read it. Nobody reads this one either, he says. Right? Well, there are two places in the Constitution where money is mentioned. The first is Article 1, Section 8, where it says, Congress shall have the power to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and a foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measures. Right? Now, what does that mean? Congress was given power to establish a mint to stamp the people's precious metals into coinage of a fixed size, weight, and purity. And they established the mint in 1792, right after the Constitution was ratified, right after the country got going. Now, if you have coinage of a fixed size, weight, and purity, what does that do? Well, then everybody knows that this 1 ounce coin of silver, 1 ounce coin of gold, you know what its value is. Right? Or you have a ½ ounce coin, or you may have a 1/10 of an ounce coin. And what did that do? It spurred commerce. People didn't have to go to some volume somewhere and find out what this was worth and what that was worth and so forth. They knew immediately, because this had the seal of the United States government on it. It was made by the U.S. Mint, and if it said 1 ounce in gold, it was 1 ounce in gold. Now the people took their coinage, their metals, to the mint to be stamped into coins, and it was done for no charge. Right? If you wanted to, you could pay a little bit to go to the front of the line, and some people did that. But that's what Congress was given power to do. Now, it was also given power to determine and then publish the value of various foreign coinage. A lot of the coinage in use at the time of the War for Independence was foreign coins, Spanish doubloons, pieces of 8. I don't know if you've ever seen the pieces of 8, one of those. It's a coin and slotted. It looks like a pizza pie. And you could actually break off some of the pieces. If you broke off 2 of them, you had a quarter. You had 2 bits. And that's where that phrase came from. Right? You break off 4 of them, you have 4 bits. You have a half. Right? And that helped to spur commerce too, because then people knew that a Spanish doubloon was worth so much in ounces of gold or in ounces of silver. Now what else? They were given the power to fix the standard of weights and measures. There shall be 3 feet in a yard. There shall be 12 ounces in a quart, whatever. There's 16 ounces in a pound. 5,280 feet in a mile, and so on. All of this established an ability for people to engage in commerce, and it's one of the reasons our country took off. Right? And ladies and gentlemen, that is all the power that was given to the government of the United States in the Constitution. Is there any power there to start a bank? No. Is there any power there to pass an act of Congress in 1913 to establish something called the Federal Reserve? Absolutely not. Not even close. That's it. All the power right there. Now I said there were 2 places in the Constitution where money is mentioned. The next one is where the state's powers are talked about. And the states were represented by people who are jealous guardians of their own state powers. And yet they accepted in the Constitution of the United States that no state shall coin money. And no state shall emit bills of credit. Bills of credit is the term for paper money. Mm-hmm. And nobody, no state, shall make anything but gold and silver a tender in payment of debts. Now, you really have to realize that these men were very, very jealous guardians of state sovereignty. We forget, most Americans probably never even considered the fact that the states created the federal government, not the other way around. And the creature has become greater than the creator, and that's bad. So, jealous guardians of their own independence, the states still accepted prohibitions against issuing money. No bills of credit, only gold and silver recognized.